Give you a little like asterisk on this. Technically, if you're really good at going through the why, you should not have to objection handle. There shouldn't even be a phase in which you're really good at the why. You shouldn't even have to go over that. You're already getting the client to properly commit before we even pitch. Welcome back to episode 7. How we feeling? Hopefully doing all right this week, guys, and hope you guys are having a profitable Q2. Okay, Q2, you gotta have a profitable one. Tonight, we're gonna be going over objection handling, okay, with inside the sales process. Okay, now, before we start off, okay, I hope you've enjoyed the series of how to sell everything, and obviously we're on part 7 right now. Give me a comment below if you guys have really enjoyed the series. I want to know, like, what's your favorite one? Give me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one do you like better? If you can, if you're so kind, subscribe and do me a favor to do that. I've tried to give you guys back value. Do me something just to expose the channel for me and blow it up. I'm trying to make this the greatest sales channel on the planet. I appreciate you guys' support. Outside of that, we're going to be going over tonight how to objection handling inside your sales process. So before we begin, if you're out there and you have zero idea how to sell, you need to start off with a process that you do over and over and over again. If you don't do it over and over again, you don't know how to fix the process and you don't know what's wrong with the process. If you're changing up your process over and over and over again, then you really don't have a way to get better naturally at sales. You get better when there's a process. If you're just going out winging it, you have no idea how to correct the process. It's just kind of like shooting basketball. If I'm here, I got the ball is passed to me and I'm shooting 15 different ways every single time. Okay, one goes in one different way. Oh, okay, but then I do it differently. Well, then I'm never going to get to the next level. It's the same thing in sales, okay? So let's start off with how we objection handle. Give you a little like asterisk on this. Technically, if you're really good at going through the why, you should not have to objection handle. There shouldn't even be a phase in which you're really good at the why. You shouldn't even have to go over that. You're already getting the client to properly commit before we even pitch, okay? The client's already said yes. So the key to selling is to get the client to say yes versus you to say yes, okay? That doesn't mean assuming. So, hey, it sounds like you need this coverage, correct? That's not them saying it, okay? You got to make them say it where they realize the situation they're in and they realize obviously where they want to be at, okay? So let's say we're not as good at getting through the why, then we're going to prepare objection handling. Okay, so what are the objections that we might get in a sales call, okay? We might get, I don't want to give my personal information. I don't want to maybe give my date of birth. I don't want to maybe give my social security. I don't want to give my banking information. I don't want to give my payment method, okay? So we have that, okay? I don't want to give my personal information. I don't want to give my history. I don't want to give my banking. That's too much money. It's too expensive. It's costs too much. Whatever it might be, there's all the objections, so we handle that beforehand, okay? Now, when it comes to payment methods, okay, especially, hey, you can break this up into quarters, you can break this up into half. We don't want to say that until after we've pitched our options, which we're going to go over next episode, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Cool. I'm going to go over our quick objection handling, or kind of like the value of my service inside. Obviously, you guys should know this at this point. I do insurance. You guys should know this. I'm going to go through my essentially value pitch, and then I'm going to break up. The next episode is going to be about pitching. Okay, so here's exactly my pitch. You guys are going to take notes. Let's get after it. Okay. First things first, I make sure, okay, anytime you're in any type of sales, the client needs to make sure they have your name and info and phone number written down somewhere, saved in the phone, something. The number one fear that I feel like a client has is like, hey, I'm going to buy this. What happens if it doesn't work? Well, I need to know if I have someone to be able to reach out to so that way I can call so they can fix it. They're the ones selling me the product, okay? So first things first, give them my name, number, in some cases license. You might need to give that to them, okay? So they need to have that. Second piece, explain to them exactly how the process works. God forbid something happens to you in insurance, you'll be able to give me a call. I'll be able to expedite your claim and usually get it to you within 3 to 5 business days. Okay? Versus if you call the company, it might take 60 to 90. Okay? Hey, in other cases, let's say you're doing high ticket sales. If for some reason you can't log on, you can't get the Zoom links, the payment method didn't go through, whatever it is, hey, I'm here to help you. Give me a call. I'll help you take care of it. Okay? On top of that, there's 3 specific processes that I need to make you aware of as we're going through this. Number 1, they're going to make you verify you. Okay? Let's break that down. Okay? The reason why they make me verify you is because, God forbid something happens to you, they need to be able to verify that with the death certificate as well as with the social, that's the only way to verify it. That's what you were given when you were born. Okay? They have to verify that, okay, when you die based off your death certificate. So if that social and the death certificate doesn't match up, then you don't get your death benefit. Second thing, they got to match up to make sure your medical history is correct, okay? If you died from something that wasn't listed on the insurance application, okay, and let's say it was a pre-existing condition, you're not going to get that death benefit. So it's very, very important that you make sure that the client really understands, okay, that we're going to answer all these honestly. If they don't answer honestly, we cannot provide you with hundreds of thousands of dollars in a lot of cases. And then third, they're going to ask for you to pay for the coverage just like it is to really pay for anything, house, mortgage, whatever it is. They're going to ask for you to provide your routing and account number for the bank. That's direct deposit each month. So assuming that we can get the coverage, if God forbid something happened to you tomorrow, then your family's covered. Okay? Now, what did I do there? If I say that, what did I do there? All I'm doing with those 3 specific objections with the last 3, I provided my value. Hey, here's what I'm going to do for you. And then I provided, hey, this is the objections that I might get. Get those out in the front. Okay, I want those completely up front. And why do I want those up front? Well, I don't want to go and spend 2.5 hours on a deal when I could have been selling 3 to 4 other qualified clients that I had on my calendar. So now I just waste time and I miss 3 or 4 appointments, right? So I like saying all those specific things beforehand. And if I say those things beforehand, then now I don't lose, waste all this time, okay? So that's exactly how to objection handle. Now let's take another industry for sake of example. That tonight will be a shorter episode because we're making it objection handling, then we're going over pitching. Objection handling, okay? Let's say you're in another industry. Let's say you automatically get, hey, I don't have my bank information. Okay, not a problem. We'll go over that here in a second. I completely understand that you don't have your bank. A lot of times people like to keep that secure and just call the bank for it. But we have some other methods of payment that we'll be able to talk to. Or a lot of times, hey, I don't have my bank information. That could be a smoke screen. Okay, not a problem. Just making sure. Let's kind of reel it back here a little bit. Like you said before, if God forbid something happened to you tomorrow, or let's say, hey, you didn't have this piece of sales information to help you make more money down the line and make 30 to 40 to 50 grand a month. If you didn't have that, where is that going to put your family in the next 3 to 5 years? Well, we wouldn't be able to make it. Okay, so it's, from what I understand, hey, it's not really about, having the product. Like, do you really not have your bank information? Because I've never met a millennial at this point that doesn't have their bank information on their phone, right? Challenge them a little bit. So they just told you, hey, I have to have this thing. And then the second thing is like, hey, we need to pay for this thing. This is how we're going to pay for it. So you need to check them right there. So that brings up another thing. If at any time you get any sign of a red flag throughout the sales process, you need to stop and handle it. If you don't stop and handle it throughout the sales process, then guess what? Down the line, you're going to get it again. Or it's going to come back to bite you. Even if they do buy it, they're going to come back to bite you. In the end, they're going to cancel it because they don't feel easy about it and you didn't handle the objection right then and there. Okay? So that's quite a bit of information for objection handling. Hope you guys got a little bit out of that. The next piece next week is going to be going over pitching, exactly how to win in sales. Because really the biggest thing when it comes down to pitching, a lot of times based on how you pitch, the deal is won and lost. Okay, so I hope you guys got a couple of things from that. A couple of those lines I used early on in my sales career where I used to sell 1.7 million in my very first year. I've since gotten away from that and elevated my sales status to now where I'm selling more. Here's a list of all my commission statements to prove it. With that being said, Hope that helped you guys tonight. If you guys are in sales, great. Hope you guys are enjoying your sales journey. Hope this series has helped you. Like and subscribe for me. That would be helpful for me as I continue to try to provide value to you guys. If you guys are out there and you're looking for a better sales opportunity, hey, what I'd like for you to do is click the link in my bio or go to my Instagram and TikTok at The Insurance Athlete. And you guys can click the link in my bio where it calls A Real Career in Insurance, where we have a webinar every single Thursday at 8 o'clock. Click that link, and then I'm going to share you guys and share with you exactly how to build a legit career in insurance and completely change your life and build a long-lasting career for your family in the future. If that's something you want, reach out to me. I want to chat with you guys. And all I ask for you guys to do every single week, and I hope you guys are getting this is the model for 2026. Live each day like it's your last. Be the best. Get after it.